Hello there fellow NPCs, I'm Scythe, and today we're getting back into Everlasting Summer, and we are headed for the bad ending on the Alisa run. I am still a bit sick, so hopefully you don't notice too much with my stuffy nose and things like that. But I have just started a new run on this game, and that's because I want to try and get as many points as possible and as many girls as possible in one run, so I don't have to do this thing over and over and over again. So let's see how that goes, shall we? Let's go. So like I said, we are blasting through this, trying to do the same thing like we did before. Oh right, that does mean that I need to reply to you, but I better save that for an actual Slavia run, I think. Oh, did not expect that, because if I do that right now, we're not getting to the bad ending today. If I am going to redirect every answer I have with every girl. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately for me, I'm a big dum-dum. So we do not reply to you. And we are just trying to get us what is it? More than 6, but no more than 9, not 9 points or more with Alisa. And it starts here. If we do nothing, we score a point with Alisa, but we want to miss 2 points, I believe it is. So we do run after him. After Electronic, that is. I decided that I had no wish to come across this aggressive Alisa girl again, and darted after Electronic. Running to the square, I lost sight of him. But Dwachowskaya wasn't chasing me either. However, I really should not risk calling her that, even in my mind. After catching my breath, I wondered why I had reacted like that. Alright, she's a girl, an aggressive one, but why run away? Failing to find a good answer, I sat down on a bench and stared at the monument to Genda. And I believe this is free. Yep, now we're safe. We are not taking the cutlets. And we're back here. I believe we leave the keys. And we keep... No, right, because here I want to talk about the book, because at least I can start the Lena run, you know? So let's do that as well. Praise the book. A good book. What book was it? Gone with the Wind? Yeah, Gone with the Wind. A good book. Thanks. Honestly speaking, I haven't read it, but I think that much literature suits her very well. That's such literature. Lena didn't seem to be interested in continuing the conversation. Well, if I'm bothering you... No. She answered while still looking at the book. Can I sit beside you for a while? Why? And really, why? Maybe just because I was very tired and having company is better than being alone. And maybe I wanted to try to find something out from her. I carefully examined Lena. But no, I doubt that. Well, I don't know. I'm not allowed to? Feel free. But if I'm bothering you... No, you're not. I can leave, just say. Everything's alright. Okay then. I sat on the end of the bench carefully. And then we go further. And day 2 already. Damn, that was fast. Okay, so I don't remember what's happening here. Let's see. Yeah, we're probably gonna become a club member or something. So, let's see where we go. Yeah, where I go right now doesn't really matter. All I have to make sure of is not to go to the canteen, because in that case, I'm actually scoring points with Uliana. So let's not do that right away. Now, go get the cards. We do that alone. Because we don't want points with Slavia just yet. And yeah, we have to make a bet with Alisa. So now we're at 1 point. I may regret it 100 times. Fine, I'll do it. I think I still need to win against Alisa in order to score points. So let's do that. Yeah, we get to swim with her. So it's day 3 now, and oh, sorry, but I promised Lena or fine. Wait a minute. Ooh. We need to get some breakfast with Lena, so I was working towards her already. Yeah, it makes sense. Of course, I would score points with that choice. And I will tell her that I will be coming. Right. And this is where we listen to her play guitar. Oh, right! I totally forgot to talk about that. I believe that all these girls and all the endings in this game is actually giving us different lessons in philosophy, basically. I come to think of it after finishing yesterday's recording. Basically, when we end up alone, it's just different ways of saying if you don't do anything, if you all just go through the motions and now just live by yourself and do whatever everyone else is telling you, you don't have a life. And that's why that ending was a bad ending, where we just cut out back to black, you know. And so as I said, that's the Semyon endings. And when we were going with Semyon but then chose to change our mind, we were saying no, I actually have to make a choice for myself. And thus, if we came to the good ending, where he actually took more or less control of his life. It was still a really long thing to read through, so I don't remember it all. But that was the good ending, and he was remembering things. He was living a good life, essentially. And with Alisa here, the good ending that we had yesterday is, even if Alisa isn't the girl of our dreams, the one we're supposed to end up with, she still helps us becoming someone we can be proud of. She helps me become someone I can be proud of. And so I pick up the guitar, start learning how to play it, and I start my own band. We get some renown, things like that, and then I meet actual Alisa. So yeah, I don't know what the other girls are going to teach us kind of lessons, but we will have to see. I believe it's some kind of self-reflecting philosophy thing going on here with all the girls. So it's not just love interest for the sake of love interests. We're actually learning important things from each girl here. But yeah, I will come. And I am losing my voice here. And let's see, what happened here? Oh, food fight with Uliana. Yeah, no, we're running away. And I am now realizing as well that I can't twine together two different paths together. Well, maybe I can, but not Lena and Alisa at least. They are too intertwined. They will fight with each other throughout the entire gameplay. So I can't really have them coexist in the same gameplay. That's unfortunate. So... oh yeah. Oh wait, here a second! Let me check that out. Me knocking Alisa to the ground yesterday looks pretty much exactly the same as this. Huh. Did not know that. Right. Now I have to go to Alisa, or I will lose all the points with her, and I won't be able to enter her path whatsoever. So I have to go to Alisa. Oh, right. This is where I actually lost a point the first time around. Tell her that you've been with Alisa, and I will have to still do that. Otherwise, I'm still going to end up with a good ending. So what we're doing now, are we looking for... oh, forest. I guess this means we are looking for electronic. So let's check out here, because I never went there the first time around. It was obvious that Olga Dmitrievna and her pioneers have already searched every nook and cranny of the camp. Yeah, Shurik, not electronic. Shurik is missing. roam the length and breadth of it. So probably it's not worth looking for Scythe in the canteen or on the beach. Or in the cybernetics club. It was his second home. Or maybe even his first. Thus it might be worth looking around the surrounding forest. I didn't plan to go far into the forest, otherwise it might be me who they'll be searching for tomorrow. I don't really visit the countryside often. I just stay in a country house every summer during my childhood. But that one was very close to the city. But in this camp, it was possible to find everything I hadn't seen for so long. Overwhelming vegetation, singing birds and fresh air. I found a meadow and sat on a stump. How peaceful this place is. But where in the world is Scythe? Actually, it could have been taken against his will. This camp is far from normal, so pioneer disappearances should not be all that strange. That's a one hell of a reasoning! An intriguing possibility. Could it be the work of whichever force sent me here, or is it just some separate local entity's doing? Lost in my own thoughts, I didn't notice how the grass before me started moving. I looked closely and saw a squirrel. It approached me carefully and stared at my hands. Probably not used to getting fed here. Sorry, friend, I don't have anything with me. Of course, the squirrel could not understand me and continued to just sit there, waiting for treats. I felt sorry for it because I didn't have any crumb of bread in my pocket. I realized that I'm even ashamed to look at it in the eyes and decided to move on. After some wandering, I came to the washdowns. Turns out he is not in the forest either. At least, not in the surrounding area. And going farther is just frightening. I walked to the washdowns, took off my shirt and tried to wipe myself down, because I was all sweaty. However, it wasn't so easy. I won't be able to get into the wash bowl and there isn't even a ladle. Suddenly, I heard footsteps from behind. I turned around. Electronic was walking my direction. Looking for Scythe? Yes. You too? Me too. Listen, you know him better. Where could he have gone? I don't have a clue, he answered sadly. Well, I just don't understand why everyone has made such a fuss. During the night, wasn't he in the cabin with you? Then he can't have been gone for too long. Maybe he went for a walk. You don't know Scythe, said Electronics excitedly. He is fanatically dedicated to his work. His life consists of robotics and cybernetics. People like him are 1 in a million. No, in a billion. His talent is boundless. I look up to him. He is a man of steel. No, simply triumphant. At that moment it looked like Hitler. Okay, making a speech in front of a crowd of thousands. Even his gestures matched. Okay. Okay. So what? So what? You don't understand, do you? No. He spends all of it, you see, all of his free time in our club. All. So disappearing just like that is unusual for him. Of course. Seems like Electronic calmed down. Okay. He looked at me intently. Are you going to wash? Not really. Just rinse off a little. It is hot. Me too. He looked around. I wish there was a bucket or a ladle. Something to get more water with. Yeah, I know this already. Then let's do this. He walked behind the washstands and pulled on one of the taps. To my surprise, its end turned up and rather than pouring into a wash bowl, the water splashed up at almost 90 degrees. You could manage to wash yourself that way. Really? Sexy Scythe as Electronic? Is that what we're going for here? With the full lips and all? Damn. No. And the music as well. Meanwhile, Electronic took off his shirt and then squatted, so it seemed like he pulled down his shorts. I couldn't really tell because the washstand he was behind concealed him up to the waist. He directed the stream towards himself and started to sing something quietly. Let's clean my chimney sweep. Okay. That's a bit more provocative than I was anticipating. I stood astonished, not knowing what to do. He seemed to notice it. I'll wash myself and then let you use it. Gosh, I got such a massive chill. Well, you know, I just remember that I have something to do. Gotta go! Out of all the eccentricities of electronic, the moment I just saw was the weirdest one. Hey, what's up with you? A cold shower on such a hot day is like the best thing ever. No. That won't do. And anyway, I have to go. I put on my shirt quickly and ran back into the forest. I wonder what's got into him. Oh, there's apparently something fun if we go over here. So let's do that. Maybe Shurik decides to pick up stones near the water. In the worst case, I'll find his corpse. But I'm sure that it won't end up that way. I was crossing the square when somebody called out to me. Wait! Alisa came up and smiled. I immediately sensed a trap. Where are you going? I'm searching for Shurik. Olga Dmitrievna asked me to. And how is it? Exciting? She looked intently into my eyes and I turned away awkwardly. Not really. But you know, a pioneer is missing. Surely you're freaking out over such a minor thing. What do you mean? Well, a few hours have passed. Maybe he just lost track of time while having a walk. Certainly, I had the same idea, but I wasn't telling her that. Yes, that's true. But who knows what could have happened? Let me help you with that. With what? I got suspicious. We're looking for Shurik. Oh, but I can do it. Oh, come on. She smiled at me, but there was something malevolent in that smile. Naturally, her smile was cute enough, but it really seemed to me like there was something behind it. Well, if you insist. Since I could not understand what's on her mind, I had no real reason to refuse. But before we go, I have to get one thing from home. Okay, I'll wait for you. You're actually serious about just standing there. Let's go. Okay. That was her home, with a skull on the door. We approached Alisa's cabin. It would be just like all other cabins, if not for the Jolly Roger on the door. By the way, Uliana is my roommate. Okay. Man, I could have known about this much earlier then. Oh, come on. We entered the cabin. The complete chaos inside really reminded me of my old flat. Though why I thought of it as old... In general, I would imagine the girls' room differently. Snow-white sheets, walls, floor and ceiling shining, spotless. But when you consider that the two most exemplary pioneers are living here, we just stood silently for some time. And what did you need to get? Huh? Seems like I interrupted Alisa's thinking. Yeah, it's not here actually. Wait here, I'll be back in a minute. She smiled and ran out. She seems really flaky today. I began to examine the room. I wouldn't say that there had been an explosion. It was just a decent mess. Well, at least by looking at all this mess I created in one pioneer session, I can surely say that I'm not the messiest person in the world. The decoration of my apartment took years to be completed. I wasn't thinking about anything in particular, was just looking around the room. Posters of Soviet artists, some books on the shelves, various household items. And then I realized that everything is wrong. Something will happen soon. Something bad. Why did Alisa leave me here all alone? Oh no! She's taking revenge on me? No! It was something I had to discover. My gut told me that it's dangerous to stay here. I went to the door and tried to open it. Locked. Oh, that bitch. What a surprise. How did she manage to quietly lock me in? I don't know what's on her mind, but I need to get out of here. I went to the window, opened it and climbed out. Now I can go and take care of business, or I chose the second option and waited. What is the reason she had me locked up? I wanted to know what was happening, plus I really wanted to see Alisa's face when she finds her room empty. I hid in the bushes next to the house and waited. After some time I heard footsteps. Alisa and Olga Dmitrievna came to the house. You'll see everything for yourself. She opened the door and went in. A few seconds later she ran back out. Oh no! Oh! You know, Alisa's face looked as if she just won the mouse catching competition, but at the last moment found out that it's not a real Olympic sport. So he just disappeared? Olga Dmitrievna asked skeptically. I did the right thing by closing the window after myself. Oh no. You know, I understand everything, Dvechavskaya. You and your roommate every time the same thing. Haven't you had enough yet? But it's true. Really? One story after another. Semyon in your cabin, Semyon harassing me. Why do you keep lying? That's horrible. Alisa seemed really upset and, to my surprise, was not trying to argue. On the other hand, it was funny to look at, but on the other, I felt a bit sorry for Dvechavskaya. Well, honestly, if she keeps on doing shit like that, you really can't feel sorry for her. Oh. She deserves it though. Yeah, exactly. Our leader finally finished scolding her and left. Alisa was mad. She clenched her fist and trembled. Her face was flushed. It seemed to me that she was going to explode. I sat in the bushes and laughed quietly. However, I was wondering what was on her mind, and I came out of my hiding place, not afraid of being beaten. So, what exactly did you want to show the leader? Me? Alisa turned and looked at me with disbelief. After a moment, surprise turned to anger. You! What about me? Whoa, what happened to my voice there? It is very low right now. She calmed down a bit. I wanted to take revenge. For what? Really, what did I do to this girl to warrant the revenge? You beat me in cards. Oh, so this only happens if we do win against her. What a fantastic reason. No doubt. I see. Maybe I should apologize to you, I asked sarcastically. Screw you! She went into the house, slamming the door. I wasn't angry at Alisa. In the end, I'd expected her to do something like this. Anyway, I got through it without consequences. I was very lucky. Her confusion and embarrassment just made my day. Chuckling, I left Alisa's cabin, which was about to become my death trap. And if I have calculated correctly, we can snatch the book and still get on Alisa's bad path. My curiosity won. I struck at the right moment when Alisa was looking away from me and snatched the book. Ouch! She screamed. In the following second, her face took on such an expression that it made me question my decision. If I'm about to die, at least I will know what for. I held a copy of Gone with the Wind in my hands. That was the same book that Lena was reading that evening on the bench. I was astonished that I completely forgot about my imminent death. Is it interesting? Yeah, Alisa answered without any enthusiasm, blushing. Okay then. I handed the book back to her. Alisa threw it on the table and left the library quickly without looking at me, very embarrassed. She's trying to emulate Lena, but she's also embarrassed by doing it. So human things aren't alien to her. In the end, she too is a girl. After a quick review of everything that just happened, I concluded that there was actually nothing that strange. Finally, Senya's deep groan rang out, reaching each and every corner of the library.
Rabbit!
Ah, okay, so everything is the same. We just do have sleep with her. I was worried about that. I thought that would only belong to one of the endings, but no, it can happen either way. You can have sex with her, and it can be a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, so now we're at the bad ending here, because it stopped right here. So what did happen? As if I need Lena. Don't you? To be honest, Lena was the last person I was thinking about now. No. Then maybe it's me. I looked at Alisa attentively. She grinned spitefully, and she was weeping just recently. What about you? I evaded the question. What do you think about me? I don't know. Maybe you can just say it straight out. A long silence fell. Alisa is waiting for a straight answer, but I can't sort it out for myself. This pioneer camp, and now the girl, who wants to hear something I can't say that easily. You see... And then I really understood. Understand that now it's no use trying to be cunning and holding things back. I almost managed to break out of the cage. The worst is over. Or, on the contrary, the worst is yet to come, but it's time to speak plainly. You see, what you're expecting from me is almost impossible. Looks like everything's impossible for you. She sniffed. It's weird to say, but it's true. I don't know what will happen to me, not even necessarily tomorrow, but in the next second. Okay, so this is an exaggeration of what is said in the good ending. I don't know what was going to happen in the next 5 hours or so, but even more so now. And what might it be? Will you vanish into thin air? Quite possibly. She burst into peals of laughter. You know, I was ready for any excuses, but not one like that. These aren't excuses. Just listen. Alisa gazed at me attentively, and it seemed I had no intention of interrupting. You see, I don't belong to this place. I'm not talking about the camp, but about the whole world. All of you here are completely strange, incomprehensible people to me. Yes, you are for us, actually. I'm not even sure if you are from my planet or my reality. Quit it now, Alisa said tiredly. Imagine that once you fell asleep and woke up in a completely different place. And not just place, but different time as well. That's what happened to me. I used to live in the early 21st century in a city far away from here. I was somewhat older than I look now. I had my own life, regardless of whether it was a good or bad, it was my own. And then one night I took a bus, fell asleep and woke up here. As a 17-year-old pioneer. Alisa looked at me in surprise. And you expect me to believe you? I don't know, it's up to you. It really wasn't easy for me to tell you that. You're a master storyteller, really. Just a sec. I rummaged through my pockets and showed her my phone. To my great surprise, there was still some battery, and the screen was glowing brightly. Have you ever seen something like this? Do you have something like it? I held it out to Alisa. She fidgeted with it, pressing buttons. Well, some kind of imported foreign toy? So what? It's not a toy, it's a telephone. And where are the wires? Where's the handset? She laughed. There's no need for them. Unfortunately, I can't demonstrate to you now how it works because they're still not invented in your time. Yeah, sure. She said skeptically and handed me my phone back. Anyway, it's your decision whether to believe me or not. I told you all this only to explain what position I'm in now. I still don't know what would happen to me in an hour, so such decisions... Fine, you don't have to say anymore. You don't have to make any decisions. She got up and pushed some more firewood onto the fire. If I've offended you... Nah, everything's fine, she said coldly. I understand. You're a visitor from the future, so normal girls like me don't interest you. You got me wrong. No, I didn't. It's a very credible, logical, and above all, truthful tale. Any girl would dig it. So you still think that I'm making up excuses? Alisa stayed silent. Or that I've gone completely mad. One could expect anything from you. Why do you have to be like this? I said sadly. And what about me? I've done nothing wrong. She grinned spitefully. Just imagine that it's all true and understand why I behave so. I already imagined. Understood. There we go, there's the bus. I was about to say something else, but a horn sounded from the road. It was a bus on the roadside. Elias on a regular route. It's odd that we hadn't noticed its approach. At last, salvation! Shall we go? Alisa asked in a completely bland, emotionless voice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed my backpack. I can manage it myself. Ooh! Damn, she is so upset now that she won't even accept my help anymore. Ooh. So yeah, now we are leading into the bad ending, which is basically saying... I believe that Alisa might be passion or evolving hobbies, you know, having something that's important to you. It might be that, and I'm saying I won't make any choices because everything can change just by flipping my snapping my fingers. So he won't pick up any hobbies because it's worthless. It's a waste of time. You can all be lost in a moment's notice. She took it from me. It's obvious that it was too heavy for her, but I didn't object. Soon, we sat peacefully on the backseat of the bus. Various feelings fought inside of me. On one hand, I was glad beyond measure to get to the civilized world. On the other, I was guilt-stricken by the unfinished conversation with Alisa. Sorry that I acted so... You expected something different. I expected nothing from you. She replied coldly. I just wanted you to understand. And concerning our relationship, I like you. Really. Glad to hear that. But her voice didn't sound too so glad. I said it honestly. You see, I don't know what will happen next. But here and now, I guess last night you liked me even more. Just using her for her body. No, you misunderstood. Should we do it again while the drivers can't see us? Calm down for a second, okay? I didn't even think about it. What's the matter? You want it and I don't care. It's the only thing I'm good for. Alisa, wait. Okay, I want to sleep. She reclined on her seat and closed her eyes. Wait a sec. I'm sleeping, let's talk later. I didn't object. After all, it's good to see counsel from your pillow. Besides, Alisa needs some time to calm down. Although, of course, I was desperate to explain everything to her in a way she'd understand. But I held back. Still, I was sick at heart. We were alone on the bus. Outside, dark shadows were passing by. Sometimes it was possible to discern a tree, a river, or the pylons of a power transmission line. But the landscape seemed not to differ from the one in the camp. Maybe the world is a circle and we are just moving around it. Anyway, the surroundings were the least of my concerns now. I just stared at the floor and thought about tomorrow. What will happen? This city, this planet, this time, all are strange to me. And I further talked with Alisa, who was totally disappointed with me. The process of waiting happened to be more tiresome than its result. And finally, things bound to happen don't look so important or fearsome. All your strength is exhausted. There is just tiredness and emptiness in your soul. The bus was driving into the unknown. I couldn't resist and fell asleep. Is this when we get back to our old flat as well? Day unknown. Yeah, it seems so. It seems I'm getting old. The day was over and the hungover it should have been long ago, but I still felt sick and dizzy. Despite how hard I tried, I was unable to open my eyes. I just rolled over. I wonder what awaits me in the district center. How am I to live? Maybe it's not all that bad. Well, sure, I don't know where to begin, but on the other hand, this world doesn't seem hostile. I know a lot of things here. Everyone speaks Russian. So maybe nothing bad is going to happen. Suddenly I felt very sick. Damn it, I thought I was all gone by yesterday evening. I managed to reach the toilet, moving instinctively. After some time, when my dirty business was done, I returned to the room. And then I realized I'm back in my old flat. Okay, so I just flashed past a lot of that because I am still starting up a band and all that. Interesting. I thought I would miss all that if I went in the bad ending. The club is empty, instruments are packed, and I am waiting for the others so we can go home. I glanced at the stage where I began standing just an hour ago. Once again, joy, pleasure, and excitement gripped me. This won't be the last time I appear on that stage, for sure. And maybe even grand stages like concert halls and the Olympic stadiums are in my future. Who knows? Anything is possible now. After saying goodbye to my mates, I ran to the bus stop and luckily caught the 410 bus. Nobody was inside. I took a seat behind the driver, just like back then. Some familiar tune could be heard from the radio. Maybe one day my songs will also be played on the radio. In some way, these trips were similar to the events that took place a year ago. I mean, at the moment everything is as expected, achieved by means of hard work, and the planned results it fulfilled. But I am returning as another man. A man who has changed in a way. Where is this taking us? We have an almost similar thing going on. Okay. I am very confused by that ending. Because I know there's a scene, there's a gallery image where she's dead, unfortunately. Is that not part of her story though? Huh. So in the bad ending, she still inspires us to pick up a hobby, to become something that we can be proud for ourselves about, but we don't get the prize of being with her, because I'm still just... Okay, no, that doesn't make sense either. I was going to say that I'm still too flaky and can't say what is going to happen in the next few hours or seconds. Yeah, that didn't happen, for example. That happens in the Lena line, I believe. Strange. Okay. I might have to double check this. But yeah, that will be it for today's episode. So thank you guys for watching, and if you want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye everyone.